Hi everyone and welcome back. This video is titled Teen Refuses to Go to Prom, then 120 Bikers Knock on Her Door. This one sounds interesting. Shannon Purcifer had made up her mind she wouldn't go to that year's prom. She had been looking forward to it for months. But she also realized that she had no other option. And she was coming to terms with the consequences of her decision when she noticed that 120 bikers were standing in her garden and she heard someone knocking on the door. For the last quarter of the course, one of the only things on Shannon's mind had been attending that party. She couldn't wait to make her appearance in that new dress that she liked so much. But she had also been having some doubts about it. Her last few years in high school had been full of trouble, and she couldn't just let go of it. Shannon is a 16-year-old student from the English town of Gosport, Hampshire. She lives with her mom since her dad, Royal Navy Petty Officer Daniel Purcifer, passed away in Germany in 2007 at the age of 28. Daniel's decease when Shannon was just a child hadn't been easy for her or her brothers, Alex and Brandon. And it had been especially tough for her mom, the retail worker Claire Castens. But after some years of grief, Claire had started dating again. Not only was she looking for a new partner, but for a stepdad for Shannon that could fill the void that Daniel had left. And eventually, she found the right man. It was Kevin Carstens, a 37-year-old engineer. He was financially stable, he was kind, and he loved Claire's children like they were their own. But there was some edge to his personality. In his free time, Kevin enjoyed riding and riding his motorcycle. And that wasn't all, he got along and often associated himself with some local biker clubs and liked to hang out with its members. Before we continue, if you like this video, please like, comment, or subscribe. We'd greatly appreciate it. Now back to the video. At first, Claire was a little bit scared by this. She had heard of biker gangs before, and she feared that they could be dangerous people. But Kevin assured her that those were a minority. Most biker clubs are composed of easygoing, ordinary people interested in motorcycles. Claire believed him. And for years, Kevin had played the part all right. He was the perfect stepdad for Shannon, Alex, and Brandon, and he made Claire very happy. However, the family entered a rough patch when Shannon started having trouble in high school. Her problems with some of her peers led to the events that will be recounted in this story. Shannon has some health issues. She is a celiac, and she also suffers from bowel disease, ulcerative colitis, and arthritis. For some time now, this has caused problems between her and her schoolmates. Before the prom, they had been bullying and teasing her about her health conditions. And it got to a point where Shannon couldn't take it anymore. She had been looking forward to her prom ceremony for months. She had bought the dress months ago, she had tried it on countless times, and was delighted with how it suited her. But her classmates' callousness and insensitivity were always in the back of her mind. She didn't really feel like meeting with all those people who had been making fun of her for the whole course. So she made a decision. She decided to organize a rival prom party of her own to counteract the official prom. She invited her friends, her brother's friends, and all of her relatives. Now she was really excited, even more so than she had been about the original prom. But when the day came, something happened that she wasn't expecting at all. Most of the guests had already arrived. They were all in the living room talking and having some drinks when suddenly someone knocked on the door. Shannon immediately went to see who it was. And when she looked out the window to see who was outside, she was absolutely baffled. There was an army of bikers waiting in her garden. They all had brought their motorcycles, which were parked all next to each other in a swarm by one side of the road. And the bikers were looking the part, leather jackets, chaps, the whole 9 yards. At first, she wondered what those people could be doing in her garden. But in a minute, she realized she knew the answer to that question. They were all his stepdad's friends. Kevin had told all his mates in the biker club about the alternative prom party that Shannon was throwing at the house. And there they were, all of them. They congratulated Shannon on her graduation, brought some presents, and let her ride their bikes. This is how Shannon recounted the event later. The best part was when the bikes arrived. I had no idea I was going to be riding there on a 3-wheeled bike. She had great fun. It was way better than what going to the original prom would have been. The party was recorded on video and shared on social media. And soon enough, it went viral. Shannon was getting comments congratulating her from millions of people, and she and her family were being interviewed by the press. There's no better way to stick 2 fingers up at bullies than to go out and enjoy yourself, Claire told the media, summarizing the point of the whole party. The principal of Shannon's high school, who may have been guilty of not preventing the bullying of which she was a victim, was also asked about his thoughts on the rival promotion party. And this is what he said. The alternative prom is a lovely idea. It is a great example of the positive power of social media, and we hope it is a great success. Do you think it is kind of hypocritical of the principal to come up with these words after all the bullying that Shannon had to go through in his school? That's the end of this video. Thank you for watching. As always, if you like this video, please like, comment, or subscribe, and we'll see you in our next video.